2018. In our lead stories nationally, Prime Minister Harris to address the UN General Assembly on Friday, and community policing among enhanced training course for new police. Regionally, state of emergency to upgrade Syrian air defenses. And in sports, India thrashes Pakistan to reach Asia Cup final. We'll have the details to these and other stories after this message.
Another look.
Different from how you've seen it before.
Another look.
Takes an in-depth look into business, politics, science, technology, religion, and more.
Another look.
Featuring documentaries from the BBC, regional features, and local ones too.
Another look.
Every Monday at 3 p.m. on the Eastern Caribbean's Powerhouse.
Wow.
Welcome back, and now the national news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Aviation and Premier of Nevis Honorable Mark Brantley are representing St. Kitts and Nevis at the 73rd session of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, in New York, USA. While in New York, both leaders are expected to attend a wide range of high-level meetings and hold bilateral discussions with dignitaries from several allied countries. The September 25th to October 5th General Assembly is expected to address matters including financing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, the fight to end tuberculosis, as well as the threat of non-communicable diseases, NCDs, particularly to small island developing states. The general debate of the UN General Assembly commences on Tuesday, September 25th at the UN headquarters. On Wednesday, September 26th, Prime Minister Harris will be among world leaders attending a high-level meeting on the fight against tuberculosis as agreed by member states in February 2018. Prime Minister Harris is scheduled to address expected to join many nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis living in New York for a number of events to mark the 35th anniversary of the Federation's independence. Recruits and build greater confidence between law enforcement and the public. Commandant of the Police Training Complex, Inspection of Homicides and Violent Crimes 2015. Some of the newer topics included in the studies at the training school are psychology, human trafficking, and human smuggling, which regional officials stress is becoming more prominent in the Caribbean. The recruits are also introduced to the FATS system, which is a firearms training simulator with levels. The use of technology also extends in the classroom to provide regional expertise to the students. This through a CBSI Connect, which is a Caribbean Basin Security Initiative in 2018. The Nevis Island Administration, NIA, and the Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, is taking a stance against illegal dumping here in the island. This comes following illegal dumping that was taking place next to Delta Petroleum at Long Point, not far from the Nevis landfill. Manager of the NSWMA, Mr. Andrew Hendrickson, gave an insight as to what was taking place at the site.
The bad habit of individuals who come to the landfill and the landfill is closed. So these are people working after hours and on weekends when the landfill is closed. They head in that direction. Domestic waste, it could be anything. People who get jobs on weekends and afternoons.
Mr. Hendrickson explained actions for individuals who continue the illegal dumping.
She wanted immediate action to get it cleaned up. She said that we will also be monitoring. And
It's being redeveloped for preservation.
Further, as in all cases when an officer is charged with an offense and put before the court, Constable Hodge is Emergency Medical Service EMS technicians were summoned to the scene, and their efforts to Robinson by the St. Kitts and Nevis Coast Guard and other individuals, but to no avail. They will improve the quality of learning and instruction within schools in St. Kitts and Nevis. That's our national across the region is next.
Home. It means something different to everyone. It's a place you love, a place as unique as you are, a place where you can be yourselves, a place for life's big surprises, and not to mention the small ones. Moments to cherish and moments that last a lifetime. It's a place for nurture. Together, it's home. So whether you're building, purchasing, or renovating, the Bank of Nevis is here to open the door, giving you the confidence to dream and the help you need to get there with a mortgage loan from the Bank of Nevis. The Bank of
Welcome back, and now the regional news in detail. Out of Jamaica, the House of Representatives has extended the state of public emergency in the parish of St. Catherine for another 3 months. This follows approval of the Emergency Powers No. 2, Continuance No. 3 Resolution 2018 during Wednesday, September 19th sitting of the House. The security measure in St. Catherine North Police Division report released on Thursday says that 31 countries in Africa, 7 in Asia, and Haiti in the Caribbean remain in need of external food assistance. The report says that unrelenting conflict and rapid to rely on help from the United Nations to meet their food needs. According to the report, civil conflicts and population displacement are the key drivers of food insecurity in East Africa and the Near East, whereas dry weather conditions have led to reduced cereal outputs in southern Africa. The report says civil conflicts, often coupled with extreme climate events, continue to hamper food access to vulnerable populations in Central African Republic, Nigeria, South Sudan, Syria, Yemen, among others. Out of St. Lucia, the opposition St. Lucia Labour Party, SLP, says that when it is returned to power in St. Lucia, it will seek to undo any arrangement entered into by the current United Government that seeks to privatize the Owen King EU OKEU Hospital, which was founded by the European Union. The current government has reportedly been discussing the privatization of the OKEU Hospital with several interested parties and is specifically in final negotiations with Health City Cayman to take over the management and operations of the hospital. Construction of the OKEU commenced in 2005 during the 2001-2006 SLP administration. Following the SLP's return to office in 2011, all major construction work had been completed by February 2016 and ancillary work were in progress. All equipment had been procured and inspected to be installed, commissioned, and training completed by September 2016. Finally, out of the BVI, election will be held across this British Overseas Territory this week in an effort to demonstrate the vote tallying technology that the government wants to use in upcoming general elections. The Office of the Supervisor of Elections says during the exercise, residents will use the Supervisor of Elections also said that the mock elections are part of an educational campaign that will run throughout the coming weeks and months leading up to the general election, which is constitutionally due in 2019. The first of 2 mock elections will be held in Tortola on Wednesday, while the second will be held later in the day in Virgin Gorda. The results will be tabulated and announced following the close of each poll. That's it for our regional stories. Stay with us for news around the world. Welcome back, and now the international news in detail. Russia is to send new anti-aircraft missiles to Syria a week after Syrian reconnaissance plane was down on 17 September after Israeli jets attacked targets in Latakia province. Jonathan Marcus reports.
More interesting in some ways is his comments about jamming satellite navigation, radars and communication systems used by military aircraft in parts.
First instance of serious crimes such previously deportation.
Residents are in mourning. Many have taken to the streets to protest against rising insecurity. The Ebola Treatment Center.
End of our news segments. The latest in sports is next.
In store from the 24th to the 30th of September. The celebrations get even better. For items already marked down,
Welcome back. Another sports in detail. In cricket, one day off for the best female player.